Hello, Admiral Thrawn here, just making a quick little mini preview on the Veil rosters that I'm currently working on. Yeah, I'm going to be creating Black Ears. They are one of the clansmen planned Mountains of the Moon. And yeah, so I just figured I'd sort of go through my method for creating them. I already have some clansmen that work pretty well, like Painted Dogs and Stone Crows. So I'm going to be basing them off of them. The way that's going to work is I'm going to probably use the Painted Dogs as a base here and all. They have a pretty nice little spiked club there. And I'm actually, should I use the spiked club? No, because I'm going to make these guys be cavalry. So I'm not going to give them a club. I'm going to give them like an axe or something. But the way I'm going to do this here is I'm going to first copy paste there. I'm going to make these guys... Yeah, I'm not going to have clansman units for every single clan, but I'm going to have a bit of variety in them, and they're going to act as mercenaries, like to anybody who happens to be in the Vale. Probably anybody who isn't House Arryn. It doesn't make sense they'd work for House Arryn, but maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. But yeah, whatever it is, they'll be fun mercenaries to mess around with, and yeah, if you need to hire an army quick and relatively cheaply, they're the way to go. But anyways, let's see here. House objects. These guys should not have a very big axe, so let's give them a tiny axe here. These are the Black Ears, good. Rename it to be the axe. When you work with MS3D, you gotta make sure to copy all of the unit comments and whatnot. If you don't, it'll like give you guys basically this Jesus stance where they sort of flow with their arms sort of in a Jesus pose. It doesn't look very good. So yeah, don't do that. I think it's -90 is what I want for rotation. Good. And put it in the sand. Yeah, that's a good size axe for these guys. These are going to be like super light skirmish cavalry, and so it wouldn't make sense for them to have any sort of good melee weapons. In fact, generally all of the guys in the Vale kind of suck in terms of, or all of the Vale clans kind of suck in terms of their equipment and whatnot. They're very brutal and very good at killing stuff, but they are horribly ill-equipped, so yeah. Watch out for that. No shield, of course. The shield only goes to one of the Vale clans. Save these guys. And this is going to be their secondary weapon, so you gotta always make sure to change this, so... This changes to secondary active 0. And then... Where's the javelin? Okay, good. Rotate. No, I want to deselect him. Javelin. Also, you have to make sure to rename your stuff. If you just import a whole bunch of things and all, they're going to be, without renaming them from default, they're going to be imported all into the same group and all that. So if you're working with MS3D, you need to like rename it each time you import a new thing. That's something that I learned to my great annoyance when I imported like 20 things all at once, hoping that I could then select them and change them around. And then I realized I could not. Just another quick tip is that in terms of like javelins and stuff and like thrown weapons, the javelins need to point downwards because they're going to raise their arms sort of back up around, and so the javelins will look bad if it's not like facing the correct direction, so you got to have it point downwards. Yeah, kind of just a random little tidbit and all, but it's useful to know. Assign, right hand, good, good, good. Yeah, looks good. And then I'm going to give him some ammo. Wavefront object. So I'm going to import like 2 more javelins. Where are you, javelin? Jav. Here's one. And I'm going to have these sort of be temps and all, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these basically just disappear as soon as they get into melee combat and pull out their axe, because it wouldn't make sense, like, because basically when they run out of ammo, I don't want them to be holding extra ammo in their left hand for no reason at all, because that would be stupid. So, and then J2. So here, let's rotate you a bit. move you down, select both of you, regroup. Regroup basically combines them into a single control group and whatnot. I'll now assign you to the attachments, and bone left hand is what I want. Where are you? Left hand. There, good. Now rotate you around. Put you into the left hand. And there, now he's holding some spare ammo in his hand that while he's riding around. That should work nicely. And then finally, let's select you as well and regroup everybody. So that way these are all part of primary active 1, which basically means that as soon as the secondary weapon is equipped, these guys all disappear, which I think is correct and makes sense. So yeah, one thing to change is the way that we're doing these textures is seemingly incorrect. Basically, the clansmen of the Vale here, their attachments does not contain the correct stuff for these javelins and whatnot. So to remedy that, let us look at something that actually has the correct attachments. Cranogmen have some of them at least. Where are they getting the... where does the javelin texture work? Because it looks like it's not currently displaying. Materials... Okay. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Texture coordinates. Jav. Where is that coming from? Okay, so let's just pull... that thinks it's pulling it out of the shield here. Yeah, so I don't want to do that. Let's just modify this ourselves. Here, grab this and move it over to like here. That should fix things. Yeah, there we go. Much nicer. So yeah, now their javelins are actually made of wood instead of just a strange black material of strangeness. And save those changes. And then we need to import the correct axe textures to do that. Let's go find the, I think the elders have it in their attachments. And yeah, this should work. By the way, for those of you who have not seen the video or the news post that I recently put up on ModDB, this summer I'm actually going to try and go indie and put a game on Steam. Basically, my internship plans unfortunately fell through, leaving me in the fortunately metaphorical cold. So I'm going to try and get an indie game out there. And yeah, if anybody is interested in that, head on over there. I'm asking for any advice or whatnot y'all would happen to have. Convert the diff to the DDS, good. Yeah, I've got a couple ideas. I'm throwing them around out there. I'm going to try and do that to support myself this summer. If it works, then it works. If it does not work, then oh well, I'll just go get like a quote-unquote regular job once I graduate. So yeah, fingers crossed on that working. And yeah. Anyways, let's put you into attachments, copy and replace, make sure that the correct thing is in the correct thing, as they like to say in Sexside class. There we go, good. And sweet, let's save you, and now let's convert MS3 to mesh, black ears. Proceed. Save. Good. Okay. Now I've got my black ears working. Let's generic black ears load 0. Alright, good. So now you got to go to battlemodels.modeldb here. So first off, so you got to increment this up here. This is the total number of units. Then let's go find who would be a good one. Yeah, these here are the correct animations. You gotta first, I would say, copy something with the correct animations here, like these Dustin Javelin Riders. They'll have the correct animations built in already. So copy them down here. Black ears. Make sure to modify this, so this is now size 10. This is not going to be Black Ears, Lot 0, 47. And I'm going to find these stone crows up here and copy and paste their textures, just because I'm using the same textures as them. There, good. Alright, so that should get the model into the game. One thing to remember is that a lot of times when you create a new unit, you gotta make sure that it has a unit name. That can sometimes mess you up. So right now our black ears will just be called black ears, because I can't think of anything more special to call them that would be more appropriate, because that's what they are. Black ears. They're light skirmish cavalry, good. And then also you should probably start with copying, basically start with copying a unit that has the same types of weapons as yours does, and then you can just change around the numbers and whatnot to make it more correct and stuff. But, sorry, so we've got these Justin Javelins here. Now let's, put him down there with his fellow clansmen. Alright, and they're called Black Ears. There we go. There we go. Copy paste that. Their armor is going to be way less than this, like maybe 2-0, something terrible, yeah. Let's give him only a 7-2, and then give you like a 2-1. Or, yeah, anything less than that, they're basically too weak. So yeah, 7-2 is probably good. They'll have good aim because they're very practiced in this. That should work, hopefully. Let's see if it doesn't crash the game. It seems to be working good. See, I also get a little sneak preview here of what I've been working on for the Veil. I'm going to be doing a huge battle, probably Veil versus the Iron Islands at some point in the near future-ish. So, yeah, but for the time being, though, you can just have a look at just the Arryn rosters and a few of the Royce units that are currently in progress. The Royce units I only have some of the Mountain Clans done and the Rune Riders, which I'll show you those too. There's a preview on the page. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get 4 of these guys in game here. And then for House Arryn, let's just get 1 of each. So, yeah, I just finished up the Arryn rosters this evening. The Arryns are going to have basically one huge recruitment region for all of their territories. It'll be the largest one in the game, and I think it makes sense gameplay-wise because they would have had a unified government from the start, and it would be very, very hard to convince Arryns to fight other Arryns, or in the Vale and whatnot, until you've actually defeated House Arryn. So you're not going to be able to capture recruitment regions before you've actually conquered House Arryn and all that. So as for these clansmen, we've got these painted dogs here, and they have these pretty gnarly spiked clubs, which are basically just clubs with spikes in them. They're kind of shitty weapons, but they work, and they're cheap and whatnot. They have stone crows with these kind of shitty wooden and like crappy metal axes. And again, like that's terrible weapons, but that's because they're the Vale clans. They're absurdly poor, can't afford anything nice, but yeah. They get the job done though. These guys will all be mercenaries that are available for hire. The guys that we just made are over here, and yeah, they look pretty good. Yeah, they have their black ears, ride tiny little horses, they have their javelins, and yeah, they should be a nice mercenary unit. And then finally you got these Rune Riders here, which are these super heavies, elite cavalry. Best cavalry in the game, and yeah, these will be House Royce's sort of elite, sort of vanguard units. Super expensive, but totally worth it. And then let's just make sure that all the animations and textures are all working. A lot of times the secondary weapons will be bugged, so let's not do that. House Arryn's rosters will be similar to a lot of the existing Andal ones. They'll have their crossbowmen, They'll have their halberds there. These here are some men from the Three Sisters. They'll be rebels, but you can the House Arryn can play them in custom battles. And if you conquer the Three Sisters and like the Bite, you can play as them. They'll have their levies. Basically, these will be better levies. These are Spearmen of the Vale, so these are actually pretty good. They'll have their Riders of the Vale, which are also probably the best sort of non-knight cavalry in the game. They'll have their Knights of the Vale, of course. These guys are their elite heavy cavalry. And their swordsmen, which are somewhere around here. They'll have their halberds in the center, which are basically like just really good halberds, and their swordsmen here. Here are some more sister men over here, like men from the Three Sisters, and yeah. Let's attack. Let's charge these crossbowmen here with our painted dogs. See if the weapons actually work. And yeah, looks like his axe seems to be working. The texture is in. That's good. And yeah, that looks all pretty good. So yeah, anyways, that's about it for now. I'll be posting more previews soon. It's coming along pretty nicely. And that's it. Admiral Thrawn.